I would love to start with some wins from the past week. Tell me something awesome that's happened in your life, business.
I've got one. I have a transaction that has been a nightmare. Not not really because of the COVID, but because of the client.
Mhm.
And a week ago, I really thought that it was not going to close. That all this, I've been working with her for a year and a half. It was a USDA loan. I really thought it wasn't going to close, and we're probably closing tomorrow. So
Awesome.
it was painful, but I think we're going to get it through, and I couldn't be more pleased, and I learned a lot from
Yeah.
this, a whole lot.
Yeah, we tend to learn more from the challenging transactions, don't we?
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Who else has a win over the weekend, over the last week?
Well,
Something
same thing along with Sheree, is I have a land listing that I thought would never get an offer, and then I received two in the same day. And then but it was just challenging because clients were so debating on, cash versus carry back. And I've never done a carry back. Thanks to Dan, he's helped me out with a lot of that. But it's challenging because when you don't know what you don't know, it's kind of hard to really kind of break it down for your clients. However, there's a mom and two daughters, so finding signatures, and one is quarantine. So it's just definitely been challenging, and it's not closed yet. We just went under contract. However, I'm still nervous because land is not a house, and it's a totally different process.
Mhm.
So, but it's a win because we're under contract.
That's great.
I will celebrate today or yesterday.
And you have a new listing going live tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow. Yep. Northwest, 4 bed, 2 bath, 1,800 square foot in the Bluffs. So
In the Bluffs.
in the Bluffs.
Oh, dang.
Send all your buyers.
Asking price?
260.
Market.
Any other wins from the weekend or from the past week that anybody wants to share?
I finally got a contract on my listings. Been on the market forever and a day. Actually, it's
That's
forever 2 days. So
How long has it been on?
141 days.
Oh, dang. That's great news.
Sorry, 183 days. I apologize.
Is that the one in Sarita?
Yeah, that's the one that my sellers refused to show the house for the first 3 months and then asked me why it's been sitting on the market forever.
Is that the one I did the open house on for you on Galan or Galan? Yeah. Good for you.
It's a nice house.
It is.
It's got the on the market stigma, and it's 100% predicated on the seller's inability to let people see the house. But we got a contract on it.
Alexa, turn off music.
Well, I got a win. Last Tuesday, I can remember feeling a little anxious about the fact that I haven't gotten any new pendings in a couple of weeks. And I got two buyers ready to rock and roll. Both of them wrote an offer. One offer's already been accepted. One offer I expect to be accepted within the next day. So I went from not really feeling like I had a ton going on to all of a sudden two new buyer contracts. So that feels great. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Dick.
Morning, Dick. Hey, I have a question I'm stumped on. I think they're trying to trick me. Which of the following, once completed, initiates the loan process? The answers are closing disclosure, loan application, loan estimate, pre-qualification request. I know the first step is the pre-qualification, but the request, I think that's what's throwing me off. or would it be loan application? What's the answer? Anyone?
Jason, I'm going to ask you to reach out to me this after script practice role play. You okay with that?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If there's not any other significant wins that someone's excited about sharing, then I say we jump into script practice role play. You guys good with that? Cool. Who? So this is really, you know, part of the reason why we're here. Who wants to be the agent for the first round? I'm patient. I'll wait.
Dick Nichols.
Oh,
Big
Dick,
Dan Caldwell.
outstanding. Dick, what kind of lead do you want? For sale by owner, canceled, expired, open house lead, internet lead?
FSBO.
FSBO, great. Who wants to be the lead? Who wants to be the for sale by owner? I'll be the for sale by owner. All right, Dick, call me.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Hello?
Good afternoon. This is Dick Nichols with Keller Williams. I see that you have your house for sale, and boy, it looks like a beautiful home. And I have buyers that from around the country that I preview houses for. And I was wondering when's a good time for me to come out and take a look at that house.
You can come anytime you want, Dick.
Okay, well, what's best for you, morning or afternoon?
I'm retired. I'm at home all the time. Come on over.
Okay, great. What I'll do then, and I like to be fair to people. So, because the safety concerns and all that stuff, I'd like to send you a little brochure ahead of time. It has my photograph on it, and I do it for a reason because I want you to see what I look like. And if you take a look at my picture and you say, "Oh, I really can't work with a guy that looks like that," I would understand that. So, if I could just get your email, I'll send you that brochure, and I'll be, let's say, 1:30 this afternoon.
Sure, 1:30 is good.
Fantastic. By the way, I probably give you my cell phone number so you can just text me your email. My cell phone number is 520-306-1599. I'm looking forward to see that beautiful home of yours.
I'm looking forward to showing it to you. I hope you bring me a buyer.
Hey, that's my job. I'm sort of like a yenta. I'm sort of a matchmaker. I'm matchmaker, and I get people who are buyers and sellers together and make everybody happy. How's that sound?
Sounds great. See you at 1:30.
See you at 1:30. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, anybody? Feedback for Dick? Things he did good, things he could have done better?
You were pretty easy FSBO, though.
Yeah.
One thing I like is that he doesn't go right for everybody always wants to try to list the FSBO. But he's just talking about how he wants to come out and view it, and he's got his foot in the door. I kind of like that approach.
I should tell you something that you don't know is that every FSBO I call, I do about 10 minutes of research on them. I see the number or whatever, the address. I check the assessor's report. I go on Spokio. I pull up their Facebook site or whatever social media, and I already know who they are, so I don't need to ask them about their name. But it gives me an understanding of who my audience is. My whole goal in a FSBO is to get my foot in the door and come out there and take a look at the house and develop that relationship with that person.
I would like to argue that FSBOs are actually kind of easy to get an appointment with, but difficult to get a listing appointment with. I would say you don't really have a listing appointment with me right now. You have an appointment to see my house.
Right. I don't. Why would in the world would I want to come out and give you a listing presentation without knowing you or having seen your house or been inside your house and knowing the reasons why you are selling?
Yeah.
Just as important for me to understand that if I want to, I can disqualify you. But am I willing to drive up to somebody and see them? Absolutely. Because I've got a whole package already built up that we'll schedule a time. I've been thinking about your house there, Mr. Jason. I've been thinking about your house, and there's a couple of ways we can do this, but you got a house that's really can be sold. Let me share some ideas with you.
Yeah.
And then schedule another appointment to go back with a presentation. But I've already secured that relationship.
Yeah.
If I can't sell them on my competency and my good looks and my sense of humor, and get him to feel relaxed and want to do business with me the very first time I meet him, then there's no sense of me following up with that.
I would love to hear somebody take a crack at a for sale by owner to actually set a listing appointment to get them to say that they're willing to consider listing. Who has a script, something along those lines? All right, Dan, take a crack at me.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Jason. This is Big Dan Caldwell, Keller Williams. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thanks.
Awesome. Are you still selling your house over on Main Street?
Yes, I am.
How's that going for you?
It's going great. I had an open house this weekend and had 14 people come in.
14. That's fantastic. How many of them plan on putting offers in?
I haven't gotten any offers, but one guy said he was considering making me a cash offer.
Very cool. Now, the reason I want to call is a lot of times for sale by owners, just like yourself, we're going to get a lot of foot traffic in a house and not able to capitalize on it or convert them into an actual offer situation. That being said, what's going to happen when you do get an offer?
Well, if it's reasonable, I might accept it. If it's not, then we'll probably negotiate back and forth a couple times. And I'm listed at 3.25. I really need to get over 300 for it.
Okay, so you've already built in some room for yourself to negotiate on a better price on there.
Yeah.
I actually specialize in helping for sale by owners netting the most out of their house in the shortest amount of time while negotiating the deal for them. If I could show you a way I could help you get more money for your house where it doesn't cost you a thing, would that be worth 15 minutes of your time?
What's your commission?
Well, I don't charge a commission, sir. My professional fee is based on the amount that I sell the house for. I can discuss that with you. Do you have time tomorrow, or is next week easier?
I think that's a pretty slick way of telling me that you're not going to tell me your commission on the phone.
Well, I'll gladly tell you my commission, sir. It's based on what I sell the house for. My professional fee is usually around 7%. That being said, if I can show you a way I can sell your house and net you more money where it didn't cost you a thing, would that be worth 15 minutes of your time?
Yeah, I just don't see how that's possible.
Well, that's a great thing. It means we should definitely get together. Does this afternoon work for you, or is tomorrow easier?
I'd be available tomorrow.
Okay, we can do this for a Zoom meeting. We can actually set up and do it face-to-face through camera so we can keep your health and safety in place and go through all the information. I can share my screen, all the information that I have for you. I'll also email you over some information to have beforehand so you can take some deliberate reading on your own. What email address should I send that to?
I'm not so sure this is a good idea. My wife said that she has a realtor that she was planning on using just in case I'm not able to sell it for what we need.
Well, that's fantastic. Your wife's realtor is a friend?
Yeah, Jason Thompson.
Okay. Well, how's it going to feel when Jason Thompson doesn't get you exactly what you need for your house? How easy is it going to be for you to replace him? Or are you going to feel obligated to work with him just because of his familial ties to you?
Well, that's the thing. We already feel obligated to use him.
All right. In that case, why don't we just bring Jason in as I can help him out with a referral base on it. And then I can show you how my team really does do a bang out job of getting sellers like yourselves top dollar for their homes in the quickest amount of time with no hassle for you.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
So what time tomorrow works for you and your wife? Earlier or later in the day?
Later in the day is better.
Around?
Probably 4 o'clock.
Perfect. Let me set it up some for 4:15. That way it gives you a little extra time in the day so you're not waiting on me. I'm waiting on you. Make sure everything's set up. And what email would you like me to send that over to?
JasonKyleC@gmail.com.
And that was JasonKyleC@yahoo.com?
Email.
Oh, Gmail. Okay, thank you. Perfect. And then do you mind if I text you over when I send that email so you know you get it?
That's good.
Awesome. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll make sure that you and your wife have that link together so we can get together and talk about this. Any other questions for you while you got me on the phone?
I don't think so.
Awesome, sir. Well, thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.
Bye now.
Feedback for Dan?
Yeah, I do. All right. I like the way Dan talked about helping your friend sell your house as a referral base. That was pretty good, Dan. I like that very much.
Neutralize the objection.
Pardon me?
It neutralizes the objection.
Right. The only thing I'm going to argue with you about is that what happens when we try to set up a listing appointment, most for sale by owners are doing it because they don't like realtors.
Well, he didn't bring up that objection.
Well, no, he doesn't have to. You have to realize that 90%, the odds are 90% of the people selling their houses by themselves don't trust realtors. And the fact that we want to set up a listing appointment up front naturally creates a sort of a competitive thing going on. Now, I understand what you're doing, but what I'm trying to point out is the most important thing is to go out there in person and meet the person. Now, Zoom meetings are good, but if you know, in this case with Jason earlier, he agreed to let me come out and take a look at it because he really wants to sell that house, and I already know that he's going to give 3% because I go through Zillow. I use Zillow for all my for sale by owners. All right. Everybody will give you 3%. They all want to bring a buyer in. But as you go through and you walk through the house and you spend some time with them, and you have a chance to sort of rub elbows, well, maybe not rub elbows, or work your face mask or whatever, but you have the ability to really learn a little bit more what's going on.
Yeah, and I get you, Dick, on that 100%. You're going in as a friend to view the house. You have not set up a path of travel for you to discuss business. It becomes a weird tangent. Now, the conversation Jason and I had didn't mean it was the same seller. I instantly told him my intent.
Right.
I'm going to build the rapport past that. So I've built the base, the foundation on the business side of things, and I will win him over with my personality and charm.
But you see, when I send that email out with that brochure, first of all, they're going to laugh. They all do. Yeah. And I send them a bomb email that has videos, has a little more information besides the email. Right. So they get a little bit better understanding of who and what I am. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but I'm a real strong believer that it is awful hard with a FSBO. And most of my business comes from FSBOs.
I'd like to thank Dan for doing that, and I'd like to thank Dick for his feedback, and I would like to move on to another role play.
Okay.
Who would like to be the next agent? Scott, would you like to be the agent?
I'll give it a shot.
Great. What kind of lead do you want?
Let's do an expired.
An expired? Great. I'll be the expired.
All right. I haven't done this before, so.
Say ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi. Is this Jason?
Yes. Who's this?
Hi, Jason. My name is Scott Anderson from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. By now, I'm sure you've received a bunch of phone calls because your home has come up as an expired listing in MLS. And I was just giving you a call to see if I could help out in any way. Why did you let the listing go expire, Jason?
Well, honestly, it's kind of out of my control. My house just didn't sell.
Do you think that there's a reason it didn't sell?
Yeah, I had a crappy realtor.
What about that realtor was crappy, Jason?
Well, they put a sign in my yard and they put it on the MLS and they prayed that it would sell. I don't think they did anything else.
They didn't do anything else. And how'd that make you feel?
They didn't show it one time. They didn't do an open house. You asked me how did that make me feel?
Yeah.
I'm pissed off.
I bet. I understand that. Yeah, you wanted to sell your house and it didn't happen and you felt like they let you down. Well, I just want to let you know at Keller Williams, we have a lot of tools to help you sell your house. And if there's any way I could give you some assistance with that, would you be open to maybe meeting with me?
Well, we were thinking about taking some time to just kind of take a break from being on the market. It's kind of stressful having to keep your house clean all the time.
Absolutely.
Well, the last 90 days, we've been keeping the house clean and haven't really had our, grandkids over, and we're sick of it, to be honest with you. And
Sure.
I'm gonna wait.
So you just want to take a break for a while?
Yeah.
How much time are you thinking a break would be?
Oh, I don't know, a few months.
Yeah. Jason, can I ask you, what was the motivation for you guys to sell your house?
Well, we were going to sell our house to downsize. Our house is about 3,000 square foot, and we were thinking about getting something a little bit smaller, just like a little 2-bedroom.
Sure.
Yeah, just to downsize.
Were you looking to stay in the same area?
We were thinking Dove Mountain.
Dove Mountain. So you've been up there and you like that area in Dove Mountain?
Yeah.
So what kind of time frame made you want to list your house in the first place? Did you think you'd be out of it by May or April?
Yeah, we were hoping to be moved by now.
You were. So that must be some frustration there for you. Have your house clean, spotless for 90 days and nothing happens, and now here you are. You can't move because you can't sell your house yet.
Yep.
Have you found a place that you like to move into yet, Jason?
We really like those new Mattame homes. We were hoping to write a contract on one of those, but we never did get an offer on our house.
Yeah, I'm sure. Jason, what if I could get you back on the market and get your house sold in 30 days and get you into a new place up in Dove Mountain? How would you feel about that?
That would be a dream come true, but I don't know what you're going to do that my last realtor didn't.
Well, we've got a lot of really unique ways in our marketing. Our KWLS goes out much further than our MLS. Plus, we have a network of agents all over the place that we draw on to try and help sellers get their best deal. If I could come over and show you how that works, would you give me 15, 20 minutes of your time?
Really should check with my wife.
Would you want her to be there when we met?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a time that's better tomorrow that you can check with her and let me know what's going on?
Sure. I could call you tomorrow.
I'll give you a call back tomorrow after you check with her, say about 9 a.m. tomorrow.
That's fine.
All right. So I'll talk to you tomorrow, Jason. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
All right. Come at me.
Scott,
Yeah.
that is the best I've heard in a long time.
What?
Awesome.
Really?
I freaking loved it. That was amazing.
Who knew? I guess I was reading my scripts.
Were you reading?
I didn't have it in front of me, no, but I've been through that script a
Well,
bunch of times,
Yeah.
just
So
reading it on my own. So
when I say the best, what I mean is like you actually followed your script. I kind of know your script and you followed it. That was amazing. I love it that you went for the motivation. I love it that you were sympathetic to my needs.
Mhm.
I love it that you asked a ton of questions and that you always tied it to what I'm feeling. I love it that you talked about the KW network because I agree that that's huge. We're the #1 real estate company in North America. We sell more homes, have more agents, to do more volume than anyone else. And I send referrals to and from other cities on a weekly basis.
Mm.
So that's just something that honestly, like our competitors in Tucson don't have.
And you think we underutilize that in our presentations?
Yeah, I don't think most agents talk, well, I don't know what most agents talk about, but I doubt that we leverage that as much as we should when it comes to our presentations.
Cool. I felt like I got stumped a couple of times when I could have closed, and I was like searching
Yeah.
It wasn't smooth enough in a couple spots.
Yeah. And I felt like the way that you mirror matched me was really good. I like the way that you used like your tone of voice and your rate of speech to make me feel calm. That's something I really liked.
Cool.
That was amazing.
Anybody else got anything for me?
Hey, Scott, I thought you did amazing as well. And your tonality, and like Jason said, it was very calming, very reassuring. And you picked his brain to realize that he's just frustrated, aggravated, and he needed a shoulder. He needed someone to reassure him, but you did it in a very professional manner, and that got you in. So that was awesome.
Thank you.
Scott, you have great interviewing skills. You're a great listener, and it was. I agree with Jason. It was an excellent job, and you keep that up, and you're going to be really one of the top realtors we have.
Well, thank you, Dick.
I will give one piece of constructive criticism because I know you want.
Please. Yep.
I feel like you could have gone for the motivation to move earlier.
Okay.
Right when that call kicks off, like one of the first things. For example, hey, it's Jason with Keller Williams. I'm sure you've received a ton of calls due to the fact that your house has recently expired. I'm curious, if you were to have moved, where would you have gone to?
So right away.
Yeah, and in fact, I think I remember learning that script that way. We may be, looking at two different scripts, but I think learning that right away is real valuable. I think why did the house not sell? That's valuable as well. But I feel like we were a couple of minutes into the conversation before you asked me,
Yeah.
hey, if you were to have moved, where would you have moved to? And I think that might be more valuable than anything else. Like I might have told you, I live in Tucson. My brother lives in Marana, and he just had both legs amputated. And there's a house for sale right next door to him, and I want to live there so I can take care of him. Like, oh my gosh, like that's pretty valuable information to have.
Yeah. And the earlier, the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, that was incredible.
Wow.
Could I ask a question? As I was listening to this, is there a way, a script or a way, or what your thoughts are on incorporating in this instance with an expired, because they are frustrated and they wanted to sell quickly? If you are, and I know Scott is a certified iBuyer through Keller Offers, could you approach that subject then, or should you just wait until after you get the listing appointment and then use that as one of your tools?
I'm not going to answer this one. I don't know if someone else or knowledgeable on the subject would like to take a stab at answering that question.
Can I type in again?
Please.
The Keller Offers is really for a unique situation. And if someone is like yourself who just expired and you're wondering what happened, and you get someone like Scott calling you, to switch over to the Keller Offers may be a little bit too dramatic, because you're giving up an awful lot. But it's one of the other tools you have in your quiver. So when you meet with when let's say when Scott meets with you, he can bring that up at that point in time, that we have the whole market covered, many different arrows in our quiver. How do you feel about that? But to bring it up on a telephone call may have cost him the appointment with you.
I think that's a great point, Dick. I think that if somebody were to have said, oh, I'm thinking about selling my house to an investor or a wholesaler or open door or something like that, then to say, you know what, we actually have a program that's custom made for someone just like yourself in your situation. I would love to go over what that would look like to make sure that you're comfortable every step of the way.
Well,
Man.
yeah, I can offer you the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
See, we have the ability, and Scott would have the ability to say that.
Yep. For sure.
Okay, great. I'm appreciate your all's insight. That's how I was feeling, but I wanted to get that affirmed. Thanks.
All right. Question. If you're in bold pivot, give me a thumbs up. All right. If you're going to make your contacts today, give me 2 thumbs up. Awesome. Thanks for being here. I had a great time with you guys. I appreciate you letting me be a part of your morning. I'm going to start making my phone calls.
Good job, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks.
My pleasure.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.